to Deep Sleep Stories. Thank you to everyone who's been listening. If these stories help you relax or fall asleep, a short review, comment, or sharing the podcast with someone who might benefit is a simple and meaningful way to support the show so that we may continue to offer it for free. Now, take a slow, gentle breath and let's begin tonight's story.
Hello, I'm Owen Thorne, and I'd like to welcome you to a moment of gentle rest and deep comfort. Tonight, you'll journey through a soothing tale of soft rainfall in an English cottage garden, where each drop on the leaves beckons you closer to relaxation. Before we begin, find a cozy spot where you can settle in, perhaps lying down or leaning back. Allow your arms to rest at your sides, your shoulders to loosen and melt away from your ears, and your breath to become slow and steady. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest, the coolness of the air as you inhale, and the warmth you feel as you exhale. Let the weight of the day gently slide off you with each breath out, making space for calm. Now, prepare to drift into a peaceful realm, guided by the soft hush of an evening rain. Close your eyes if you wish, and take a moment to visualize a quaint English cottage. See how the warm light spills from its windows, creating a soft, golden glow in the cool dusk air. The scent of damp earth and budding flowers mingles with the sweet aroma of spring rain. In the distance, you hear a gentle tapping, a steady, soothing sound of raindrops dancing on leaves, bricks, and a winding stone path. Within that soft chorus, you find comfort. Settle into this feeling. Breathe in slowly, and as you breathe out, let go of any lingering tension. There is nothing to do right now but relax, to let yourself be carried on a gentle tide of tranquility. In the heart of the English countryside, there stands a charming stone cottage nestled amid rolling green hills. Tonight, a gentle rain falls from low-lying clouds, cascading across fields and orchards, softly tapping at window panes. Within the cottage walls, the traveller sits quietly, listening to the serene rhythms of water against glass. Mellow lamplight casts a warm hue across the rooms, illuminating the thick wooden beams overhead, and the soft textures of furniture worn with love and time. Outside, the cottage garden breathes in the fresh rainfall. Each rose, lily, and sweet pea seems to open itself wider, collecting droplets of water that glimmer in the soft glow from the cottage windows. Along a narrow stone pathway, moss grows thick between the cracks, an emerald tapestry, gently kissed by the drizzle. By daylight, the path wanders through a riot of colours. Roses in bloom, tall foxgloves, clusters of lavender and trailing ivy. But under the gentle hush of night and rain, the garden's palette becomes muted and comforting, like a pastel painting slowly blending its hues together. At times, a gust of wind rustles through the hedges, sending a scattering of raindrops tumbling from leaves onto the ground below. The traveller, gazing out through the window, finds a sense of peace in the garden's subtle dance. The old oak door of the cottage is sturdy, with iron hinges that have weathered many a rainy evening, and beneath its low arch, a small porch provides shelter for a row of neat, muddied boots. A timid cat sometimes curls up there, protected from the drizzle, blinking serenely at the outside world. Inside, the scent of lavender and chamomile drifts from a gently steaming teapot in the kitchen. The traveller lifts the lid and inhales the soothing aroma, letting the fragrant warmth curl around their senses. They pour the tea into a porcelain cup adorned with tiny floral patterns, reminiscent of the garden in full bloom. Taking careful sips, they find the floral notes dance softly on the palate, mingling with a gentle hush of rainfall outside. A large window in the sitting room faces the garden. The traveller moves closer to it, drawn by the sparkling beads of rain that cling to the glass. Beyond the window's reflection, the night sky is a deep shade of charcoal, starless beneath layers of cloud, except for the muted glow of a waning moon trying to peek through. Shadows shift and sway as leaves flutter under the drizzle. The traveller's gaze follows the outline of a small orchard at the far edge of the cottage grounds. There, a few ancient apple trees bend under the gentle patter of raindrops. Their blossoms turned silvery white in the moonglow. A crackling fireplace warms the air, casting playful flickers of orange against the walls. The dancing flames seem to whisper lullabies in tandem with the rain, a duet of crackles and taps. The traveller can't help but feel the soothing pull of that hypnotic combination, as though each droplet outside and each ember within is nudging them closer to rest. As evening deepens, the traveller thinks back on the cottage's history, imagining the generations that have found solace within its stone walls. Families gathering around the fireplace with mugs of hot cocoa, a cat purring softly by their feet, children pressing tiny hands against the window, trying to catch glimpses of a rabbit scurrying through the rain. The traveller can almost hear echoes of those memories rustling through the beams, woven into the cottage's foundation. Outside, the rain gently intensifies, each drop forming perfect circles in small puddles scattered across the garden path. Soft, rolling thunder echoes in the distance, a gentle rumble that never grows too loud or threatening, but merely underscores the quiet drama of the rainy night. The traveller steps toward the door, drawn by the garden's invitation. With a slow creak, the door opens, revealing the night's damp hush. Standing beneath the shelter of the porch, the traveller feels the cool breeze carry tiny droplets of mist. There's a sweetness in the air, an intermingling of blossoms and fresh rain. The traveller closes their eyes for a moment, allowing the cascade of sensations to fill them. The soft patter of water on cobblestones, the earthy scent of the soil, the gentle swirl of moisture in the cool evening air. A single lantern, hung by the door, casts a warm glow across the doorstep, and the little pots of herbs perched on the windowsill. The garden beckons, so the traveller carefully steps off the porch, the raindrops lightly tapping the hood of their cloak. They walk slowly along the stone path, each step quiet and unhurried. Raindrops cling to stems and petals, forming tiny pearls that glisten under the lantern's glow. There is a bed of roses, their petals folded gently for the night, each blossom collecting droplets at its edges, making them shimmer like precious gems. Nearby, a cluster of sweet peas sways in the breeze, their delicate fragrance enhanced by the moisture in the air. By the time the traveller reaches the centre of the garden, they stand next to a simple wooden bench. The bench is placed beneath a small trellis, woven with climbing roses that are just beginning to bloom. Here, the patter of rain grows more distinct as it taps against leaves overhead. The sound is calming and rich, echoing in the traveller's mind like a lullaby, each drop washing away remnants of worry and tension. For a moment, the traveller allows themselves to bask in this sacred hush, accompanied only by the natural music of raindrops. Beneath the gentle canopy of roses, they feel protected and nurtured, as if the garden itself is offering solace. Breathing in, they catch the subtle scent of damp stone, earthy mulch, and fresh blossoms. Breathing out, they allow each exhalation to carry away thoughts of the world beyond the garden gate. Through the softly swaying branches of a nearby willow, the orchard is partially visible. Its blossoms, pale and delicate, catch droplets of rain that scatter like tiny crystals whenever a breeze passes through. The traveller decides to wander closer, drawn by the orchard's calm allure, shoes pressing gently into the wet grass. They leave the stone path behind, moving across the lawn. The grass is soft, and each footstep makes a quiet rustle, almost as though the garden itself is whispering a welcome. Reaching the orchard, the traveller pauses to observe the gnarled trunks of the old apple trees. Their bark is damp and darkened by the rain, yet there's a comforting steadfastness to them. In springtime, each branch becomes heavy with blossoms, delicate petals shimmering in the gentle downpour. A single droplet can cling to the curve of a petal for precious moments before it drips to the ground, reflecting the faint light as it falls. That silent spectacle, repeated endlessly around the orchard, captivates the traveller with its quiet grace. Nearby, there is a small potting shed built of time-worn wood. The traveller steps inside, finding a gentle respite from the drizzle. Dust motes float in the lantern's glow, and the faint smell of peat moss and dried lavender hangs in the air. Gardening tools rest along the walls, neatly arranged, their handles shining softly with the patina of many seasons of use. A small table holds packets of seeds, labelled with a careful hand: sweet peas, poppies, and foxgloves, waiting for a sunnier day to be planted. Each seed holds a promise of beauty, a future bloom waiting to unfurl when the time is right. Outside, the rain continues to fall with an even, mellow cadence. The traveller lingers in the shed for a short while, listening. The soft patter on the roof above feels like nature's gentle drumming, coaxing the mind into serene thoughtlessness. The swirl of the breeze through a half-open window brings the orchard's fresh scent inside, mingling with the earthy fragrance of potting soil. With each breath, the traveller feels tension dissolve, replaced by a calm awareness of the present moment. Eventually, feeling the cool evening air beckoning, the traveller returns to the garden path. The raindrops have grown larger, and they leave tiny rivulets running along leaves and petals. Still, there is no urgency in the traveller's steps, only a meditative slowness as they let the garden and its gentle rainfall envelop them in comfort. The path leads around a bend, revealing another sweet corner of the cottage grounds. A small pond, ringed by ferns and stones, covered in a soft coat of moss. In the pond's still surface, raindrops form delicate ripples, each one expanding outward until it merges with the next. Under the night sky's faint light, these overlapping circles shimmer ever so slightly. A few water lilies float with quiet grace, their large leaves collecting the rain like shallow cups. The traveller watches a single droplet dangle from the tip of a leaf before finally falling into the pond with a tender plunk. In that moment, the traveller senses the peaceful connection between every living thing in the garden. Feeling the subtle chill of the evening, the traveller makes their way back toward the inviting glow of the cottage. Inside, the fire has calmed to a gentle bed of glowing embers, still warm enough to chase away the night's coolness. The flickering orange glow welcomes the traveller, drawing them to a plush armchair by the hearth. A knitted blanket waits, draped over one arm, ready to wrap around chilled shoulders. The traveller settles into the chair, letting the quiet crackle of the fire soothe them, while the steady rainfall continues to play its lullaby beyond the windows. From this warm vantage point, the traveller watches raindrops bead on the glass. The water traces slow, meandering paths downward, each drop merging with another until they become small streams that slip away into the night. The traveller reflects on the tranquil garden scene just explored, how the rain nourishes and refreshes each flower and leaf. Inside, too, there is a sense of being nourished, but it is nourishment of the spirit, a gentle reminder of life's simpler pleasures, a safe home, a warm fire, a moment of quiet contentment. The rain's gentle crescendo against the rooftop adds another layer to the symphony of the night. Sometimes, a subtle shift in the wind causes the rain to tap the window with a slightly varied rhythm, like a thoughtful drummer changing tempo. No matter the variation, the overall effect remains soothing. The traveller, tucked beneath a blanket and cradling that fragrant cup of chamomile lavender tea, feels tension seeping away, replaced by a gentle drowsiness that settles in the limbs. In the far corner of the room, an old grandfather clock quietly marks the passing moments. Its hands move steadily, each soft tick merging seamlessly with the hush of the rain and the crackle of the diminishing fire. Time here feels slower, unhurried. Each minute drifts by like a raindrop running along a vine, gentle, deliberate, and mindful of the beauty in its path. The traveller finds themselves lulled by this unhurried flow, thoughts moving with the same measured pace. As the night wears on, the traveller decides to rest fully. Rising from the armchair They dim the lamps until only the faint glow of embers remains. Quiet footsteps carry them to a small bedroom at the back of the cottage, its window overlooking the peaceful orchard and the softly lit garden. The bed is draped with a thick quilt, handmade with a patchwork of muted pastels, each square a memory of years gone by. The traveller slides beneath the quilt, sinking into the plushness of the mattress, every muscle succumbing to the lure of rest. Outside the bedroom window, the rain continues its gentle chorus. Occasionally, a gust of wind slips through the branches of the apple trees, gently rustling the blossoms. The traveller listens, eyes growing heavier with each breath. The hush of the cottage feels like a protective cocoon, a softly lit sanctuary where the only duty is to drift off, lulled by rain and warmth. In the distance, the subtle rumble of thunder rolls once more, too soft and distant to startle, just a low murmur reminding the traveller that the clouds remain overhead. The rainfall never becomes harsh or unkind. It persists at a steady hush, as though guarding the silence of the night, and offering a lullaby to all who dwell beneath its soothing presence. Meanwhile, the garden dozes in the gentle drip of moisture, roots quenched and leaves quenched, feeling renewed by the calm nourishment. Every petal, every stem basks in this nocturnal symphony, collecting droplets that refract the glow of lanterns and moonlight alike. A gentle aura of peace settles over each corner of the property, from the orchard to the pond, from the porch to the potting shed, and the traveller's mind, cleansed of stress and distraction, begins to wander through dreams. Thoughts become images of slow walks along mossy stone paths, the fragrance of sweet peas under a rain-washed sky, the gentle curve of an ancient apple branch sheltering a single droplet. It is a place of warmth, safety, and restorative quiet. Now, let the soft notes of the rain carry you ever deeper into rest. Imagine your eyelids growing heavier, your breathing becoming slower and smoother. You no longer need to think about any cares or worries. Just gently surrender to the lull of this soothing night. Feel the comforting weight of the blankets on your body, and the gentle rise and fall of your belly as you breathe. Let each raindrop guide you toward a place of stillness. The distant patter, the whisper of wind, and the memory of that cozy cottage garden all weave together to form a gentle lullaby. As you slip further into relaxation, each muscle unwinds a little more. Your arms feel heavy, your legs relaxed, your chest and back at ease. Trust in the tranquility of the moment. In the hush of the rain, there is no urgency, no rush, only the tender invitation to rest. Let your mind drift, floating on the soft waves of evening calm. Here, you are safe. Here, you are held in the quiet embrace of a warm cottage, a gentle fire, and a garden waiting beneath the rain. Good night, dear traveller. May your dreams be sweet and peaceful. May you find comfort in the soft darkness and the gentle heartbeat of rain. Sleep well